New River Gorge National Park is the newest national park in America. It was added to the list back in December of 2020, and the national park covers 53 miles of the New River, and it's very different than a lot of the other national parks. There's no entrance fee to the park, and honestly, it can be pretty hard to tell that you're in the national park. Because the park really focuses on the river, there's still a lot of homes and businesses all around there, so there's not really a distinct line. I mean, obviously on the map there is, but you can't really tell if you're in it or not. Now, just because it's kind of different than a lot of other national parks, that does not mean you shouldn't go to it. There is a ton of stuff still to do here. And I would say that this national park focuses more on outdoor activities than a lot of other places do. There's a lot to do between whitewater rafting, rock climbing, mountain biking, and just hiking in general. We went whitewater rafting with Ace Rafting and went on their Lower New trip, which is a 4-hour trip. The Lower New has, I believe it's 3 Class 5s, several Class 4s, and a lot of 3s and 2s in their trip. It was a very good intro trip, 4 hours if you're just trying to kind of see if you like whitewater rafting or you haven't done it in a while. Definitely check it out. The company was great, and we definitely want to come back because they also offer an Upper Gully trip, which is just in September and October during their fall season. Has a couple 5 pluses, multiple 5s, and a ton of 4s in this trip. Unfortunately, we weren't able to go this time while we were there, but we're planning on coming back soon, and we're going to do that trip when we're here. Now, like most other national parks, there's still a ton of hiking to do here. One of our favorite ones that we did while we were there was Long Point Trail. It's a 3.3 mile hike, and it takes you to this beautiful overlook that you can see the New River Bridge from, and in my opinion, it's a much better view than you would get from the visitor center. It's further away, you can see the whole bridge, and you can see the river under it. Definitely check it out. Unfortunately, when we went, we planned to go for sunrise, and it was just completely foggy. So we had a few times where the bridge peaked out, but we really didn't get to ever see the whole bridge at one point in time. But still, it was a great hike, not too long, with great payout. Even with the fog, it was well worth it. There's actually a fair amount of free camping offered here at New River Gorge National Park, but a lot of it I wouldn't really say is big rig friendly. Even where we stayed, I still wouldn't consider it big rig friendly, more like big rig possible. The road out to the campsite is about 5 miles of a dirt road, and honestly, it's a very nice road. There's almost no potholes, but it's a fairly tight road. It's about 1.5 lanes. You can get around each other, but you're not going to want to go fast there. And there is a lot of curves. Halfway through there is a 1-lane bridge. And it is a pretty tight fit. There was no sign saying a weight limit, so we went over it. But if you're not comfortable bringing your RV into tight places, this may not be the campground for you, because even once you make it into there, it is pretty tight. You have to go around a corner, and where we stayed, we were in the first camping spot, and they are pull-through sites, but with the way that the trees were placed, there was no way we were going to be able to pull our camper into there. So we had to back in. And even that, it was a pretty tight fit. But once you get in there, it is a great campground. The bathrooms that they have there are very clean. They're pit toilets, but I've really never been in a pit toilet that smells good, and it actually smelled good in there. They also have garbage cans and dumpsters there, which is great. You don't have to carry it all out with you. You can throw it in the dumpster, and they have a garbage truck that comes out, I guess, once a week or whatever, and does empty it. With all this said, who is this national park for? Should you check it out? If you love outdoor activities, history, trains, or you just want to country road, take me home the whole time you're at a national park, this is the park for you. You can see most of the highlights of this national park in a day. If you're just wanting to see the bridge in the river and maybe do a rafting trip, you can see it in a day. You could also spend a month here if you took full advantage of all of the outdoor activities that they had, went mountain biking, hiking, climbing, whitewater rafting, all of that. You could easily spend a month here. Haley and I, overall, we were very pleasantly surprised. We kind of just planned this as a trip along the way. We were passing through and wanted to knock it off the list of parks. And we liked it a lot. It wasn't over busy, it wasn't overcrowded at all. And it just offered a lot of the things that we like to do. We like all the outdoor activities. So there is plenty of stuff to do here. Highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're passing through. Spend a couple days and just really enjoy it and see what West Virginia has to offer.